I am like a huge child, and I mean that in the worst way possible. I do things like go off the slides when I'm in the park, or, you know, use the swings. Stuff like that. And since I probably shouldn't be scaring the neighbor's kids, I decided to make a daycare in Minecraft. And to do so, I have a little bit of a building behind me. It looks awful, don't worry, it's about what's going to be on the inside. The outside, not as important. I want this area to be transformed into a fun-looking area full of fun activities for kids. And honestly, let's start off with decorating the walls and stuff like that, because this currently looks like a prison. You know what, I thought rainbows would work, but there's something very unnerving about this. I think for the interior, this right here will do. The sides are nice, very soft pink terracotta. I've got some ceiling lights, even though they look horrible, but I had to do something. There's a little bit of variation here. I think this will do fine. Now, let me do something that I generally never do. Let's actually do some planning. Let's plan out a few areas in this daycare that we want to put in. And I've already got some ideas. So let's just plan it out. I have planned out the entire area with 7 different activities. Starting here in the center, there's the dance floor. This is going to be fairly easy. Second one, which is the largest one, is the indoor climbing frame. Now, I don't know if this is a Dutch thing, but for some reason, not necessarily daycares, but like these children activity areas have these huge frames, which you can climb in. Maybe it's a Dutch thing. I'll show a picture on screen, like this is what I'm talking about. That's gonna be hard to recreate. There is a bouncy house slash trampoline, which is where I'm going to be spending most of my time. There's the drawing and coloring tables. A dollhouse, which I won't be using because dollhouses are for girls. I'm building a daycare, being childish is kind of mandatory here. I'll be building some race cars, which I'm planning on doing with some command block stuff. I think this will be very awesome. And last but not least, the ball pit. I think my choice of adding a ball pit does not need explaining. Now the real question is, where to start? I think I will start with what I consider to be the most difficult one. I have no clue how I'm going to be doing this, because I want it to be usable, which means, it needs to have like little pathways and, yeah, not sure. First things first, let's change all of this to grey carpet. I think this is the thing that resembles a falling mat the most. There's always like these very hard mats on the floor that are just pretending to save children from being hurt. As a child that got hurt a lot, trust me, they don't. So first of all, I'm working on the layout of how this is going to work. Now, these things always have this like very colorful netting. Now we don't have netting in Minecraft, so we're just going to be using glass, even though, you know, in a real life situation that would be an awful idea. Also, I'm currently planning everything out in red, but we're going to be using these 3 primary colors to make everything like pop out a lot. There we go, I think that is the first area finished. Honestly, from experience, it's not that bad. If anything, it doesn't really feel claustrophobic enough. It's got these annoying areas where you need to climb up. There is a whole parkour that you can go and play around. And as always, there is this slide. Again, I don't know if this is very Dutch. It might be very, very Dutch. But even from the outside, this is pretty much how it looks in real life, honestly. Next off, let's do the bouncy house. Let's do the bouncy house. I've decided not to do a trampoline. We're doing a bouncy house. This is gonna be quite an easy one. We're just going to be building a castle and slime blocks. Again, that was a very easy one. Actually, there's something missing. These also have netting. But since we use blue here, let's just do black netting right here. And with, of course, netting, I mean more glass. There. Easy peasy. It is kind of fun, but I'm currently resisting the urge to do command block stuff. You know what? I'm glad I didn't resist the urge. This is awesome. For the next one, let's just continue doing everything somewhat clockwise and go for the drawing tables. This is gonna be a very easy one. I think the biggest question is going to be, what type of card pattern are we going to be using? I want to have multiple different colors of chairs, and interestingly enough, the best way to do that is just with wood. We're gonna put some item frames on the side and some scaffolding as a table. Chairs and tables are finished. We are going to add a little bit of decoration further, which is adding some flower pots, which are going to be resembling pencil, like, what are they called? Pencil holders? Pencil cases? Pencil cups. It's a pencil cup. I didn't look that up. What are you talking about? So we'll be adding some pencil cups. And also some item... Oh, you cannot place item frame. Well, we're gonna have to figure out something there. And with some vanilla tweak help, I am pretty sure we can just do stuff like Item flat on surface. There we go. And with some armor stand magic, we've got some paper. Okay, next up we'll do the dance floor, but honestly, that one is just going to be very easy. Let's just, there we go. Okay, I'll do a little bit more. I'll add a border. Okay, next off is the dollhouse area, which I think should be quite easy. Though it might require some armor stands. Apparently making a tiny house that looks like a dollhouse is very difficult. I think it's good enough for now though. Now let's go ahead and make some dolls. Okay, something about all of the dolls being me is severely creepy to me. But it's fine. It's fine. It's also quite comical and I'm gonna keep it. Also because I had a lot of area left, there's now Legos. I'm not sure if it looks like Legos, but in my mind this looks like Legos. 2 more. Race cars. Very, very easy one to do, this one. I am thinking about making the cars able to drive around. However, I think that's going to be severely laggy. So I'm going to not do that. Because of the last thing we're going to do. The ball pit. You might be wondering why I want to have less lag for the ball pit. Oh, I've got plans. This is going to be very laggy. Let me quickly get this straight. Alright. This is a very bad idea. But I want to fill this ball pit with some ball pit balls. And I'm too lazy to do it myself. So let's see if this works. Like it isn't not working. Okay. I've got 1 FPS. This was a bad idea. Okay. Let's try to regain some of them. This was a very bad idea. Oh gosh. Well, this, but slightly different, I suppose. The textures are a little bit glitchy. But I think it actually works pretty well. And also, if you walk through it, you can actually, you're like, I'm in the ball pit. Oh yes. However, with that, I think our daycare is finished. Before we leave, this needs shaders. Wow, that's dark. I think, even though it's very dark, it looks really, really cool. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna end this video. I hope you enjoyed this daycare business, and I'll see you in the next one.